This video provides a brief overview of the key features of clearMDM version 2. We'll start the overview here in our Salesforce environment. We're immediately looking at a master record. We can see that by its MDM status. We can also see some various MDM related attributes, including our data quality scoring and some graphic representations of the current scoring level for this particular record. You can also see there some segmentation that has been drawn from the consolidated transactional data that's been brought onto the master record level. If we jump across there to the related tab, we have visible here the source records that this particular master record represents. So in this particular example here we have an e-commerce customer. We have the merchandise sales transactions for that e-commerce customer. We have a second instance of the same customer in the website, and there we can see some video view activity on the website. So all of this detail, all of this knowledge and insight from a variety of sources across the enterprise can be drawn and consolidated onto a master record within Salesforce. And it's this master record that provides that single customer view, or that single company view, or product view, or custom object view, whatever the master data may be in context. This is the view that the end users of Salesforce will see. The visibility of the underlying records is discretional. We can retain that data on platform, or that information could be flushed through the MDM pipeline and used to enrich the master data set, but then ultimately removed. So there's two ways of controlling that flow of data, either persisting the information or working in a more transient fashion where we don't incur the data storage overhead. So to demonstrate how the clearMDM processing works, the first thing we'll do is delete this master record and work back from the source record level. So here we'll open a e-commerce customer record. If we imagine this has arrived, it's been transited onto the Salesforce platform through an integration technology perhaps. So let's open up that e-commerce customer. clearMDM adds a number of buttons and links into the standard pages, and we can see one of those there, the Find Matches link. So this particular feature will do a real-time search for anything in the Salesforce org that matches this particular record. So that can be in the same object, in different objects. The matching engine works across object, it works across field. It's a very flexible tool for finding duplicated or matching records within a Salesforce instance. So having performed a search there, we can see a number of candidate duplicates there being proposed across a number of different data sources. The data sources we're seeing here in this example environment represent external systems. We can also use data sources to represent quality grades or business lines, or whatever partitioning strategy would make sense to enable intelligent handling of different types of records the system will support. So if we save this group of records as a matched record group, we can then open that group and start to look at how the scoring came about, or where the 79% scoring value came from for this particular pairing of records. So on this page we can also see that the fields that we've configured for matching, the matching type, is it a key rule, is it a fuzzy rule? We have deterministic rules, exact matching rules. There's a very rich set of capabilities around how the matching engine is configured. From a data stewarding perspective, when we're looking at a group here, we're able to make a decision to either accept or reject the matches. So the product works with a concept of auto acceptance also. So we may have a match score threshold of 65%, which indicates that yes, anything that matches above 65 is a match. But we may say that, well, if it's above 85%, then we'll auto accept that match. And therefore anything above the 85% threshold will not need to be manually data stewarded. But anything that sits between those two values essentially represents a grey area where stewarding is required. And stewarding in this sense means coming in and making that conscious decision to either accept or reject the match that's been proposed. So if we accept the recommendations and step forward into the merge view, here we're making conscious decisions as to where the attributes are coming from that will populate our master record. As we have no person account in this group, the systems will generate a brand new master record for us and establish the relationships from that master record back to the duplicates that we're seeing on screen. When it comes to the selection of the attributes, here we're doing it visually, we're doing it manually, and we can make a very straightforward choice as to where the values are coming from. When the system's running in an automated fashion, which is very much the typical way that the process works, we're able to define trust rules that indicate where each attribute should come from. And the best way to describe that perhaps is through an example. So we have an e-commerce record here. It's very likely that we would trust the e-commerce system to provide a good quality address more than we would trust potentially our website. And that comes from typically that physical goods or invoices or some form of customer interaction will take place with that address from the e-commerce system, more so than potentially the website, where the address could be captured at the point of registration and then not potentially maintained beyond that. But however, the website might be the best place to get the email address, because the customer is logging in there perhaps more frequently than they would the e-commerce system. So those trust rules are easily configured, and the system will, when performing an automated merge, will take the values from the highest level of trust that there is a value available. So let me complete that merge. The system will generate our master record so we can navigate directly to that record. We can see immediately that the related lists that represent the source records have been populated, which is great, but we don't see the transactional detail at this stage. In order to do that, we need to run a reparenting job that does the consolidation of data. I'm running this manually here for the sake of demonstration. It's possible to have that initiated behind the scenes as and when a manual merge takes place. You'll see that appear as a scheduled job. So while that runs, we'll jump back to the master record. So now that reparenting has completed, we can see the transactional detail has been consolidated to the master record in addition to the source records. So now at this point we can see that the segmentation metrics, the KPIs, etc. have calculated from that consolidated view. So that completes the demonstration of the manual steps that take us from a source record arriving on the Salesforce platform through to having a fully enriched master record available for our marketing purposes, for our service or sales purposes, whatever we're using Salesforce for. Having that clean, clear set of master records can be imperative to operational efficiency, deep and accurate personalization of our sales and service interactions, and so on and so forth. The demonstration has shown the manual sequence of steps that clearMDM supports. Everything we saw there can be automated fully using scheduled job activity. It can be automated through the API. We support a RESTful API around all of the MDM operations. We also have Apex actions available that allow MDM processing to be integrated into process automations defined using Process Builder on the platform. So there's a variety of ways in which MDM functionality can be invoked and managed on the Salesforce platform. This concludes the product overview for clearMDM version 2. We have a host of information available on the website at clearmdm.com, or please do contact us at hello@clearmdm.com for further information on the product. Thank you very much for watching.